You can call it wild, you can call it crazy, you can call it outright, downright outrageous, but you can't call it boring. It's dynamic, dazzling, and certainly sizzling supercross racing that can be found only on Motovideo. It's your front row seat to the hottest motorsports events in the nation, and it's all on home video cassette. So sit back, put on your gloves, strap on your helmet, pop it into gear, and prepare yourself for supercross racing action from Motovideo.
Welcome to the Houston Astrodome on the first AMA Supercross of 1988. Hello everyone, I'm Larry Huffman, and the near-capacity crowd of over 45,000 fans filing in is ready for a knockdown, drag-out brawl between Kawasaki's Jeff Ward, winner of the past 4 Astrodome Supercrosses, and Honda's Ricky Johnson, who has never won here at Houston. Also Ron Lachine, Suzuki's Eric Kehoe, the Golden Boy Brock Glover back for the first time in 2 years, and hot young Mickey Diamond in his first ride on a factory Yamaha. The first Supercross of the season was 1 week ago at Anaheim Stadium. It was not AMA sanctioned, but it was a barn burner. Let's take a look back at Anaheim. And this is the main event of the Mickey Thompson Super Crown of Stadium Motocross, and there they go. Down the front straightaway at close to 60 miles an hour, and it is Doug Duboc taking the lead. Oh, he's down. Duboc goes into a hay bale and goes down. Tries to get back up, and that puts, it looks like, Ricky Johnson and Jeff Ward out in front. Let's check it. Around the right-hander, and it is Johnson. Johnson in front with Ward second. And there is Ward in the air. He's got Johnson. A beautiful move by Jeff Ward. David Stanfield, that was absolute perfection, that pass.
Set him up in the whoop-de-doos.
Here comes Johnson on the whoops, coming up right behind Wardy, and there he goes to the inside. Where Ward did not expect it to pass, Johnson came by.
Outstanding move. Ricky Johnson on the inside, he pegged it.
With his Anaheim win, Ricky Johnson served notice that he was ready to sweep the season, but he had to do something he'd never done before. Beat Ward at Houston in the first AMA event of the year. Anaheim was a non-sanctioned race. We'll be right back with all the action from Heat 1 at the Houston Astrodome. Welcome back to the Astrodome and the first heat, Heat 1 in the 250cc Supercross. The riders to watch, number 21, Doug Duboc, number 8, Jeff Stanton, number 44, Brock Glover, and here we go. And out in front it is Kehoe on the outside and Duboc on the inside. The Yamaha factory support rider goes into the lead, and here comes Glover, number 44, in the pink letters on the inside. And Glover almost puts Duboc down and takes the lead. Brock Glover in front early in this first heat. And the crowd is responding. He's been out for 2 years. First a broken wrist, then a broken leg. And Glover is back with a vengeance. Number 9, Kehoe goes into second spot. Stanton moving up right out of camber range, but it is Glover all alone in front. The Golden Boy, Brock Glover, in front early in this first heat. In second spot, it is Kehoe battling for third, Duboc and Stanton. But Glover looking like 1980 again. Brock Glover, 6-time national motocross champion out in front. Kehoe on the Suzuki trying to reel in the Yamaha factory rider. And a lot of people felt that Glover was out for the count, that he wouldn't come back, and he's proving a lot of people wrong here at Houston. There's Kehoe, number 9, and there is Jeff Stanton, number 8, coming into third spot. But it is Glover's show. He is as alone as Jimmy Swaggart out in front here in the Astrodome. The battle for third as they try to move up on Glover, but they can't seem to do it. Glover, the first time he scored a national championship, he was a high school senior, 17 years old in El Cajon, California. And look at him. Look at the lead Glover's got. He flies over the mountain, the finish line jump, up in the air, and he's way out in front. Kehoe, number 9, running in second spot. And Glover stalls. But he's cool, gets a bike started again, and just motors right over those whoop-de-doos. Eric Kehoe, number 9, in second spot. but it is Glover's race all alone out in front. Factory Yamaha YZ250 putting the power to the ground. Now Keogh moving up a little bit on him. Dubach has gone back into third. Stanton has dropped to fourth. But it is Glover in front, number 44. The pink leathers on the gas. He's helping a young rider, Jeff Grafton, a very serious competitor. To gain insight to his special style of riding, let's take a look at a clip from his Motovideo home video riding motocross Glover style.
Here's what I was just explaining right here in slow motion so you can see. Now here's how I approach learning to do a tabletop jump. First, I don't hit it as fast, just to get a feel for the jump. And the second time I want to hit a little harder just to see what it takes to clear the edge of it. And the third time, I might go all the way and make sure I clear it, so I hit it really fast. And once I'm sure I can clear it, then I start working on technique. I want to make sure my bike lands on the same angle as the landing area. And remember, once you've landed off these, don't forget to accelerate away.
We're back at the action here at the Astrodome. Glover says he likes jumps. He better on this track. There's the difference between Glover and second place Keogh. Back a full straightaway as they head into the whoops. Glover riding extremely smooth. There's number 8, Jeff Stanton, trying to move up into third spot. The top 4 transfer to the main event. But Glover, incredibly smooth and incredibly aggressive. He's got years of experience, and it's showing here at the Astrodome. Look at him. He's having fun over the jumps. Brock Glover, number 44, the golden boy of Supercross. First national championship when he was 17 years old. It's been a long time since Yamaha has notched a Supercross championship, but with riders like Glover and Diamond and Stanton, it's going to be a good year for Yamaha and team manager Kenny Clark. Right now, Glover is concentrating on holding on to this lead in heat number 1. There's number 9, Eric Keogh, in second. He had his biggest win of his career last year when he won the 125 USGP. Glover has achieved a lot in his career, and now he's trying for the Comeback Kid of the Year award. And the 45,000-plus fans here at the Houston Astrodome are cheering him on. There's Glover making his way through the whoop-to-doos, number 44. We are in the final moments of the first 250 Supercross heat here at the Astrodome. A man-made dirt battleground, and it's a tough one, too. That finish line jump, a tunnel jump also, is tough. But Glover holds on, looks real strong, real aggressive. He is motoring around now, heading for the finish line, and there's the checkered flag, and Brock Glover wins heat number 1. And the folks at Yamaha are happy. Glover takes the victory, Eric Keogh is second, and Doug Dubach, number 21 on the private Yamaha, is third. Let's go down to Victory Circle for the interview with Brock Glover.
With me, ladies and gentlemen, the winner of heat race number 1. Good to have him back in the winner's circle. Would you welcome, please, 1980 Supercross winner here in Houston. Going to do it again tonight for all you Yamaha fans, Brock Glover! Brock, you said you felt a little bit tight when you came up here, but I'll tell you what, partner, you looked awful good, awful fast.
Well, I felt good, you know, first few laps. I felt like I flowed real well, and then all of a sudden I started making mistakes, and I just tried to just relax, and I stalled my bike, and just, you know, I don't know. It was good enough to win. I'm happy with that. I'm really glad to be able to win the heat race. But, you know, I think I can ride better, and I hope I do in the main, and just loosen up a little bit, and I think I'll be good.
So Brock Glover serves notice that he is back and looking good. Brock Glover winning heat number 1 here at the Houston Astrodome. And coming up, more exciting Supercross action as we go to heat number 2. Don't go away. It's going to be wild. We're back at the Houston Astrodome for heat 2 in the 250 class. And here we go. The riders to watch, Johnny O'Mara, Ross Rollerball Peterson, the Canadian champion. And let's see who takes the whole shot. It is number 38, Jeff Frizz on a privateer Suzuki. And Frizz goes out in front after running one rider, number 432, into the hay bales, and he's upset. There's Frizz out in front. That's 22, Tommy Watts on the outside. But Frizz takes a whole shot, goes out in front on a new RM 250, a 1988 model. Totally redesigned by Bob Hurricane Hanna. Suzuki putting a lot of contingency money out, and it's paying off. They're getting a lot of riders on Suzukis. Running in second spot, number 14, Larry Brooks on a Kawasaki. But here's Jeff Frizz, number 38, who's not on the Frizz at all, on the gas. In second spot, that behind him, Larry Brooks, number 14. Ross Rollerball Peterson starting to move up too. Peterson, the Canadian champion. But it is Frizz taking the green flag to indicate the end of lap number 1. And the race is official. They are underway. Heat number 2 here at the Astrodome. Frizz number 38 opening up a lead now, but Frizz doesn't like the big jumps. You saw right there a Larry Brooks triple, and Frizz has yet to triple here, even in practice. That could be his downfall. Frizz almost goes down right there. Larry Brooks behind him, number 14. It's Frizz in front, 38. Moving up in third spot, that's Peterson, number 17, the Canadian champion. And behind him, Tommy Watts. In mid-pack is Johnny O'Mara, the seasoned veteran, also winner of the GP, the 125 GP several years ago. And O'Mara right now is not a factor. He's mid-pack. In front, Jeff Frizz, number 38. And here comes Brooks now. Brooks gets a little wobbly on that jump, starting to put the pressure on Frizz. Watts on the outside in fourth, right behind Peterson. Frizz, a good young rider, but does not have the experience over the double and triple jumps. And that could be a problem tonight. Lands real hard. Through the tunnel goes Brooks, and then goes Peterson, number 17. Ross Rollerball Peterson, the Canadian 125, 250, 500, and Supercross champion. A big Swede from Medicine Hat, Alberta, number 17 there. And there comes O'Mara, number 19, into fourth, or fifth. Check that. O'Mara has gone up to fifth spot. Whoa! Look at Brooks go fly through the air. Looks like Top Gun. But Frizz will not triple. And look at the other riders bunch up behind him as they move up on him. That's going to cause Frizz in this race. Brooks goes to the inside, tries to pass. But Frizz slams a screen door right in his face. Meanwhile, it is Brooks on Frizz like a Krishna on an airport traveler. Here's Brooks. He's got the lead. Brooks rides a rear wheel of that Kawasaki with the precision of a brain surgeon and goes out in front. And there again is Larry Brooks tripling. Houston Astrodome, Larry Huffman calling the action. The first AMA Supercross of 1988, and good action it is. There's a rider down. Could not get his number. It is Brooks in front, 17 Peterson in second spot. That was Frizz who went down. So it is Brooks in front and Peterson, the Canadian, in second spot. Tommy Watts is battling O'Mara for third. Larry Brooks, a serious rider, really good physical shape, but tends to get a little wild sometimes. He's crashed very hard before. Let's see if he can hold on to the lead here at the Houston Astrodome. Is not afraid of heights. That is a foregone conclusion. Look at this guy go for the air. There is Watts on the inside trying to go around Peterson, number 22 Watts. Peterson 17. Peterson says no. Peterson's a tough rider to pass. The riders don't like to pass riders like Peterson. He gets extremely physical. Number 17 Peterson in second. Watts in third. And number 19 O'Mara in fourth. Larry Brooks, his first major overseas race, the Japan Supercross in Kyoto in 1983. He's got a lot of experience on Supercross tracks, number 14 Brooks. But look at, oh, he's down! And Brooks goes down and down hard. And Peterson takes the lead, and O'Mara has gone to second. Brooks went down faster than an Idaho thermometer in January. He's trying to get the bike started again, the Kawasaki. So a whole new complexion on the race. O'Mara now is on Peterson. Peterson sponsored by Suzuki of Canada. O'Mara sponsored by U.S. Suzuki. Ross Rollerball Peterson finds himself in the lead. Look at O'Mara, still having knee problems, does not like the triple jumps, or more specifically, does not like the landings. O'Mara goes to the inside. Peterson shuts the door on him. Ross Rollerball Peterson, absolutely unafraid of anything on a Supercross track. This guy is physical. And now O'Mara has got to use those years of experience to get by Peterson. And he's got him. O'Mara goes by in the whoops where Peterson did not expect him. And Johnny O'Mara has taken the lead. Unbelievable. Johnny O'Mara, Southern California, born and raised, has taken over the lead. And Peterson wobbles again, and Watts goes by him. Peterson's head went around like the little girl in The Exorcist when O'Mara went by. Johnny O'Mara has taken the lead and is heading for the finish line here at Houston. Opening up a lead now. O'Mara, both knees have blown out on him. He's had numerous surgeries. 1 lap to go, the white flag. O'Mara has got it. He looks behind him, nothing behind him but air. He can coast to the victory now if he can just stay upright. O'Mara, a triathlete, he gives a high sign to one of the cameramen down on the field. And now he rides a bicycle to train. He can't run anymore. His knees are in too bad shape. But O'Mara, the final lap. There's Tommy Watts moving up. Second spot now for Watts. Not a bad run at all for Tommy Watts. The checkered flag comes out, and Johnny O'Mara takes home the bacon. Tommy Watson second and Ross Rollerball Peterson third. And O'Mara continues the trend of the night of the veterans. Glover winning the first heat, O'Mara winning the second. Let's go down to victory circle.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about it for a former 125 national champ, supercross champ? It's good to have him back in the winner's circle, the Osho, Johnny O'Mara. John, you got some fans here in Houston. They'd love to see you put that Suzuki in the winner's circle tonight.
Yeah, I sure have a lot of people out there, you know, pulling for me. I think a lot of people know I've struggled in the last year and so, and I've had some injuries, but, you know, I'm really going to put them behind me and really try to do good this year and win for Suzuki and just win for myself. And just like to thank all my fans that have been behind me, you know, from my switch to Honda to Suzuki and with some of my knee problems and stuff. And I'm really looking forward to start winning this year. Thanks, everyone.
Nice ride, Johnny O'Mara. Coming up, heat number 3 from the Houston Astrodome. Don't go away. Welcome back to the Houston Astrodome and heat number 3, and this could be a good one. Ricky Johnson, who's never before won here at Houston, lining up against Mickey Diamond, his old Honda teammate. George Holland, first time on a Honda after switching from Suzuki. And here we go, down that front straightaway. Is it Johnson? Is it Diamond? No, it is number 3, George Holland. And on the outside, oh, look out, that is Diamond down. Mickey Diamond goes down, and down hard, he will start dead last. It is George Holland in front, Ricky Johnson going to second. And on the outside, that's Jeff Hicks, privateer on a Honda. George Holland, number 3 from Kerman, California, Northern California, switching to Honda. He was second 2 years in a row in the 125 class on a Suzuki, and Honda says, see what you can do on a supercross bike. So George Holland in front, number 3. That's number 2, Ricky Johnson in second. Number 20, Jeff Hicks in third, all on Hondas. Then number 39, Jason Upshaw. Upshaw is one of the most spectacular crashes in Supercross. He is featured in the Motovideo Crash and Burn Spectacular. Here is Johnson putting the pressure on Holland and taking the lead. And Ricky Johnson goes out in front early in this third heat. George Holland running in second spot. And Mickey Diamond trying to move up way back in the pack. But it is Ricky Johnson in front. Johnson, factory Honda. He is the richest rider, the highest paid rider in Supercross, some of the magazines claim. Over $1 million a year. Look at Johnson. He gives the high side to the crowd, the thumbs up side to the crowd. He is a crowd pleaser. When he gets out in front, he will start showboating and playing with the crowd. We've seen him do this at the Super Bowl of Motocross, seen him doing it at New Jersey at Meadowlands Stadium. He loves to play to the crowd. Born-again Christian, a very serious young rider. Ricky Johnson. George Holland, number 3, is keeping Johnson in sight. But you got to wonder what team strategy, what part that will play. He doesn't want to take a chance on taking his teammate out. So Johnson over the big jump. There he goes. Number 2 out in front. Go back to 1987, the Super Bowl of Motocross, LA Coliseum. Johnson started in 17th place, fought his way up past Guy Cooper to the win. And the people at Los Angeles will never forget that show. He is the Bob Hurricane Hanna of the 80s. Ricky Johnson, number 2. But we can't emphasize enough, he has never yet won here at Houston. Is tonight going to be the night? There's Holland in second, and look at the gap between second and third. The flash bulbs go off. They love Ricky Johnson here in Houston. Over the doubles and triples, the guy is absolutely fearless. Ricky Johnson, number 2 in front. Now he is pulling away from George Holland, and Holland is pulling away from the rest of the pack. They could stop and have dinner and still finish first and second in this race. Johnson showboating just a little bit, and the crowd loves it. He says, I get bored. I get out in front, nothing to do. I might as well wave to the crowd. And when you're waving to the crowd from 30 feet in the air, it is just unbelievable to see. Johnson with his own line of clothing, 2-hip clothing. Also rides for Life's a Beach, surfwear. He's an avid surfer. He's got the coordination to surf, to motorcycle, to ride a supercross bike, to ride off-road. Incredibly good physical condition, Johnson. Front wheel comes up in the air. He flat tracks a little bit around the start line area. Houston Astrodome, Larry Huffman calling the action for you. And Ricky Johnson is doing what he does best, leading here in heat number 3, lapping slower riders. Whoa! Again, he turns to the crowd, gives him the high side, He is 30 feet in the air. One miscalculation, he'll find himself in the cheap seats. And Johnson loves to showboat. Very, very serious about his racing. There's Holland way back there in the back. You got to use a long telephoto lens to see him in second, and he's only in second. Here's your leader, Ricky Johnson in front, heat number 3. He's going to have to take on Ward in the main event. And again, Johnson's not won here at Houston. Don't ask me why. He has never won here at the Houston Astrodome. Holding on to the lead, looking at different lines, checking out the track. He is in complete control. No problems at all. You very seldom see Johnson, make a mistake. He crosses up and turns to the crowd and gives them the high sign on that one. And the 45,000 plus fans here at Houston are getting their money's worth. Ricky Johnson calls himself Bad Boy. Ricky Bad Boy Johnson. And what a lifestyle he's got. A millionaire before he's even 25 years old. Look at the crowd, wave him on. They do love this young lad here at Houston. Heading for the checkered flag now, the waning moments of this heat number 3. Johnson in the lead, Holland way back in second spot, and Mickey Diamond has fought his way up to third. If Diamond ever learns to get good starts, he's going to be a heck of a factor in Supercross. Through the tunnel. Through the whoops, Johnson having no problems whatsoever. Bad Boy on his leathers, on the seat of his pants. Ricky Bad Boy Johnson, checkered flag, he takes it, crosses up, gives the high side of the crowd. So Ricky Johnson absolutely dominates after having a little bit of a battle in the first few laps with Holland. Absolutely dominates this heat 3. Ricky Johnson takes the victory. George Holland Honda second, and Mickey Diamond, spectacular ride. Diamond going all the way from dead last to finish third. Let's go down to victory circle and Ricky Johnson.
I gotta say, son, when I see you the way you're looking, that everything is running in your favor, and you just got it wound up tight.
Yeah, I feel really good. Like you say, I've never won in Houston, and I'm getting tired of hearing that, so I want to hear next year, well, Rick, you're the defending champion here, so can you do it again? So I feel good tonight. We've done a lot of work with the bike. Dave Arnold, Roger DeCoster, and all the guys from Honda have done an excellent job. My mechanic, Brian Lunnis, he always does a great job.
Rick, you're loose.
Yeah, I feel really loose. I did a little cross-up, a little show for the people because, hey, this is a qualifier. I got out in front, so people pay good money to come watch a race, and if there's not a race, you might as well give them a show, so that's what I tried to do.
Good luck to you in the main, partner. We need more of that.
Thanks again. Thank you all for coming out. Take care.
So Ricky Johnson proves he can dominate a race, and even though he gets way out in front, he gives the fans their money's worth. Coming up, heat number 4, Jeff Ward, Ron Lechien, Jeff Leask, and a lot of other riders. It's a wild race. Don't go away. We'll be right back to the Houston Astrodome. Welcome back to the Houston Astrodome and heat number 4. I'm Larry Huffman, calling the action. 250cc Supercross, and there's number 1, Jeff Ward, in the middle of that front of that row. And there's a start, and it is Wardy. Whoa! Ward goes out in front. Jeff Leask, number 7, is second. And Ward's teammate, Ron Lechien, is third, number 4. Whoa! Leask almost goes over on his back. Through those whoops. Jeff Ward in front. Probably the best conditioned rider in Supercross today. Can half squat over 425 pounds. Massive thighs. Only about 5'7". Now Lechien goes into second. Leask into third. It is Wardy in front and his teammate Lechien, Mutt and Jeff of Supercross. Wardy about 5'7", Lechien about 6'1", a big muscular kid out of El Cajon, California. It is Wardy in front over the jump. Heat number 4. Not a whole lot of real tough competition in this race. Lechien, Leask, about the only other tough ones in this heat. Heat number 4. First 4 go to the main event to take on Ricky Johnson and Brock Glover and Johnny O'Mara. Going to be a great main event. Jeff Ward recently did his own video, home video, Jeff Ward's Winning Ways. It's available now at a motorcycle dealer near you. Now Ward starts to pull away from Lechien. Lechien knows he's already got a ticket to the main event. He doesn't want to take a chance on taking Ward out, so he's going to probably sit in second unless somebody puts the pressure on him. Jeff Leask in third. The Honda rider, Leask, switching from Yamaha to Honda this year. He's the Australian national champion. Jeff Ward came to this country when he was just a mere infant from Scotland. His father, Jack Ward, rode motorcycles in Scotland. Wardy started riding mini bikes at about age 5 and was a national champion by age 12. He's only in his mid-20s now, and he's been racing for about 20 years. I don't think anybody else can make that claim. Jeff Ward drives a turbo Porsche and enjoys the rewards of racing, of being a full-on factory superstar, and he is indeed, make no mistake about that, one of the nicest guys in racing. Opening up the lead, triple jumping, no problems at all. Lachine in second. Oh, Lease goes a little bit higher than both of them. But here's Ward. Ward seldom makes a mistake. He had a tough year last year. He carries the #1 plate, but it was a tough way to go. Johnson was knocked unconscious at the first race of the year at Anaheim. Wardy won it, and then Wardy crashed at San Diego, had a screw put in his ankle, and the whole year he fought injuries. And Johnson stayed on him all year long, off and on. Johnson crashed at the Pontiac Silverdome and broke a finger and dislocated another finger, and that was just about it, but he kept the pressure on Ward all year long. So Wardy won, but he was injured, and this is the first time that these riders have come back, Ward and Johnson, and are not injured, and also Glover. It's going to be a good main event. Jeff Ward dominating this Heat 4 here in the Houston Astrodome. Second place, Ron Lachine, a guy who has had more ups and downs in his career than an elevator operator. Ron Lachine also involved in home video and motocross, pro motocross riding and racing with Ron Lachine and Team Kawasaki. Available now on home video at your local motorcycle dealer. Jeff Ward, look at the back of his leathers. It says attack, and that's what he's trying to do. Goes out in front and stays out in front. Looking good in this Heat #4. Lachine in second, staying behind him, shadowing Ward, but not pressuring him. And that's a smart move on Ron Lachine's part. It's Lachine's last year of his Kawasaki contract. He wants to do well this year, but doesn't want to do anything stupid. Wardy now having a little bit of fun, bringing the front wheel up in the air. KX 250, good bike, real fast bike. Lachine staying in second spot, not pressuring, not putting any kind of pressure at all on Ward. Look at Ward right through those whoops. Boy, you get your money's worth right there, watching him maneuver that KX 250 through the whoops. He makes it look so easy. Jeff Ward, a 4-time Astrodome Supercross champion. He's virtually unbeatable here in Texas. But he's going to have a battle with Johnson in the main. As we said, both are healthy and both are anxious to win this race. Johnson's never won it before. Setting the stage for the main event. Wardy making no mistakes, just as smooth as a mayonnaise sandwich. This guy, look at him go over the jump. Gives a high sign to the flag man. He's got 1 lap to go. White flag out. Wardy doesn't like to showboat that much. He's not a showboater like Johnson. Well, there he is. I've proven me wrong. He turns to the crowd, gives him the high side, and the crowd responds. From the height of a 3-story building, Wardy turns, looks at the crowd, gives him the thumbs up sign, and he's having fun. Jeff Ward, very popular here in Houston. Lachine in second spot, keeping a respectable distance back. But it is Wardy's race all the way in the final lap here. Over the jumps, lapping another rider in midair. They say those triples are dangerous. A lot of times you can't see the down ramp from the 3rd jump. You don't know who's there. Hopefully nobody. Jeff Ward heading for the checkered flag. Lachine is second. And Jeff Lease, the Australian champion on a Honda now, is running in 3rd, but quite a ways back. Not a factor at all in this race. Wardy heading for the Champagne Glory and Gold in Heat #4. Heads through the tunnel. The finish line right ahead. Let's see what he does over the finish line jump, if anything. And there it is. Woo! Gets a little crazy. Sticks both feet out of the air. He's having fun. Gives a high sign to his mechanic. So Jeff Ward takes home the checkered flag. Lachine is second, #4. And Jeffrey Lease, Australian red hair and freckles, Australian champion, finishes 3rd. Let's go down to Victory Circle in the interview with a very happy Jeff Ward.
Wardy, coming off that jump, taking both feet off the pegs. Have you ever thought about what would happen if you didn't get your feet back on the pegs?
No, I've never had it happen. I've seen other riders have it happen, but so far it's been okay with me. It wasn't too crazy, but for me it probably was.
I tell you what, you'd be talking high soprano for quite a while.
Yeah, it's a nice jump though, smooth landing, so there's no problem there.
This is your racetrack. You own the city of Houston and the Astrodome when it comes to Supercross. Rick Johnson says he's going to interrupt that string.
Well, of course he's got to say that. You know, if he didn't, he wouldn't be as hard a competitor as he is. So when you're on top, everybody wants you, and I'm just planning on being there to give him a battle for it.
Okay, we've got to look back in the pack just a little ways. We've got you and Rick Johnson, and I think right now most of the crowd would hand the title out here tonight to one of you two, but we've got to look back because there's a couple other riders that most certainly could throw a ringer into that.
Yeah, Ronnie's riding really well. Like you saw, he stuck right with me. I made a couple mistakes, which he closed in on me, but it's a 20-lap main event. That's only 8 laps out there, and I can go that way to the finish. I just, everybody else better hope they can too.
Coming up next, something you've never seen before, the motorcycle Sphere of Fear with Monty Perlin. You got to see it to believe it. Plus, the main event from the Houston Astrodome. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Houston Astrodome and the AMA Supercross, the inaugural race of 1988. And we go now to a completely different type of competition or type of exhibition. This is Monty Perlin. He's a motorcycle stunt rider from California, and this is the motorcycle Sphere of Fear. It's a giant metal globe that Perlin and his partner will ride around inside. Monty Perlin, a motorcycle stunt rider from Southern California, got this idea several years ago. Now, actually, this stunt has been done since the early 1920s. It's been called the Globe of Death, the Sphere of Death, and Monty calls it the motorcycle Sphere of Fear. He is riding a street-legal motorcycle, no knobbies, because knobbies would not work. They would catch in the grating of this sphere. Monty Perlin kind of showing what he can do with this machine inside the Sphere of Fear. You ain't seen nothing yet, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. It's on a little trailer. It breaks down, the complete sphere breaks down and goes on the back of a flatbed truck to be transported to the next event. There it is. There's the motorcycle Sphere of Fear. You can see Monty Perlin right in the middle of it. And there he goes, riding around the equator. Hand in the middle. Now he'll start up and down in figure 8s. Completely upside down. Look at this. Monty Perlin, the motorcycle Sphere of Fear. There he is, waving to the crowd, taking the accolades of the crowd. And now he brings in his partner. Now this is when it gets a little more dangerous because they will be inches apart, going up and down. One will be going around the equator and one will be going from the North Pole to the South Pole. Here comes his partner. The road manager closes it up. Got to make sure this thing is bolted together securely when you've got two motorcycles running around inside. If a bolt comes loose, it's all over. They give each other the handshake. Monty is a born-again Christian. I would venture to say he better be doing a stunt like this. And here they go, around the equator. Getting the speed up. One going around South America, one going around Panama. And here we go. Now, the figure 8s. They've got it. The timing has got to be just incredible because literally they are inches apart inside this globe. And look at this. One around the equator, one from the North Pole to the South Pole. Watching. And I've asked him, I said, have you had crashes? He says, yes, we do. And it ain't fun. Monty Perlin and the motorcycle Sphere of Fear. And if you thought that was incredible, wait until you see this, because this is Monty's beautiful wife, Pamela, and she is going to walk into the Sphere of Fear with a pair of flags in her hand, and the riders are going to take the flags out of her hands as they ride around her just inches from her. Monty Perlin, motorcycle Sphere of Fear, and his wife, Pamela. Now, they met on a movie set in California. Monty was working as a stuntman on a movie, and she was working with the catering company, and they met and fell in love. There we go. Pamela Perlin, Monty Perlin, his partner, and the motorcycle Sphere of Fear finale. Rocking the bikes back and forth to get the speed up. She is holding two flags, one a Christian flag, the other an American flag, and they're going to take those flags out of her hand while speeding around her at speeds of up to 60 miles an hour. Watch this. Unbelievable coordination between these two riders. It has to be, because one mistake, one miscalculation, and they will crash and land on her. Look at this. Look at this. Around they go, and they will take the flags out of her hands. She holds them in the middle. I don't think that's her knees, although I would not blame her if they were. I think that's the sphere vibrating with the two bikes going around inside. Taking the flags out of her hand while speeding around her. Unbelievable. Monty Perlin, his wife Pamela. They come back down to the bottom, and that's it. Pamela walks out of the sphere of fear. Let's go down to our announcer on the field and an interview with Monty Perlin.
Monty, that has to be one of the most frightening things I've ever seen. From just a viewer, it was very, very pleasurable. It was tremendous. There are no words to describe it. It was great.
2 words, Jesus Christ.
He had to have been in there with you.
He's the power we depend on.
Congratulations to all of you. We're so happy that everything came through with no problems. And I know that we're going to see you again in future Supercross events and hopefully right back here in Houston next year.
That was truly amazing, and we'll be right back with the main event from the Houston Astrodome in just a moment. We're back at the Houston Astrodome on the race that everybody's been waiting for, the showdown between Jeff Ward and Ricky Johnson. And here's the main, and it is Wardy. Jeff Ward on the factory Kawasaki taking the lead. Holland, number 3, goes in front and drives to the outside. Riders down. Jeff Hicks, Jeff Leask, and Ray Somo tangled there in the back of the pack along with about 4 or 5 other riders, but it is Jeff Ward out in front. And this is what the crowd has seen for the past 4 years here at Houston. Wardy getting out in front and never stopped. Holland running in second spot, number 3. Let's check as they come up. That is number 6, Mickey Diamond in third, and Ricky Johnson, number 2 and fourth. So Wardy, the main event here at Houston, has taken the whole shot and is out in front. It's a very tight technical track, not a lot of long straightaways, not like the Anaheim track, and Wardy excels in this type of a track. Holland, number 3 and third. Diamond, now Johnson in fourth. But the eyes of Texas are on Jeff Ward out in front. Ward wobbles a little bit, coming off the jump, over the triple jump, styles it a little bit, sets up for the turn. Johnson gets more height than Wardy, but Johnson, at this point, is in fourth. Wardy holding off Holland. Diamond in third spot, and Johnson unaccustomed in fourth spot and not making a move yet. Through the whoops, it is still Jeff Ward in control. The question everybody's wondering, when will Johnson turn on? Ward looks around, looks back at him, and Johnson is still sitting in fourth spot and not pushing Diamond. Mickey Diamond, 2-time 125 national champion on Honda, signed with Yamaha this year. He is running currently in third spot. There's Diamond, number 6, the black and white distinctive leathers. Ward with 20 years racing experience. Started out when he was 5 years old. He is tough to fluster. Whoa, a problem there. Lachine, number 4, Ward's teammate, stalled in the tunnel and comes back in mid-pack. So right off Lachine, he is not going to be a factor in this race unless he can really put on a charge. It is Wardy in front. Holland second, Diamond third, and Johnson now. Johnson trying to go for third. Nope, Diamond holds on to him. Diamond almost slides down. Diamond a little bit wobbly. First time out on the Yamaha. Now Johnson putting the pressure on Diamond, but it is Wardy in front. Riding over the whoops, keeping the front wheel just skimming over the whoops. Riding with the precision of a true professional. This guy is good. Jeff Ward. One of the highest paid riders in Supercross. National champion 2 times in Supercross. George Holland holding on to second spot. That's a strong showing for Holland. His first ride on an AMA Supercross on the factory Honda. There's Holland. There's Wardy in front. Diamond running in third spot. Johnson in fourth. And Johnson now starting to put the pressure on Diamond. There's Ward in front. Number 1 of the green Kawasaki. Holland in second spot, and here comes Johnson. Johnson makes the move into third. He goes in front of Diamond. So Ricky Johnson running third. There's Johnson right in front of number 6, Mickey Diamond. So Ward in front. Big lead. Look at Jeff's lead. In second spot, George Holland. In third, Johnson. Remember now that Wardy is using something that none of the other riders except Lachine has. A one-way radio from team manager Roy Turner sitting up in the press box. And he is feeding both Ward and Lachine on different channels information on who's behind him. First time it's been used in an AMA Supercross race. The question is how long until it's outlawed by the AMA. Second spot, Holland, number 3, and Johnson now, number 2 and 3rd. But it is Wardy's race at this point. In the main event here at the Houston Astrodome, Jeff Ward holding on to the lead. Look at the lead between first and second. Where is Holland? There comes Holland. No, Johnson is taking second. Johnson slips by Holland as they go into the tunnel and goes into second. So now it is the race the fans paid their money to see. Jeff Ward in front and Ricky Johnson second. Look at the crowd standing. Wardy knows that Johnson is in second by virtue of the one-way radio, the communication with his team manager. Ricky Johnson, a replay of the Super Bowl of motocross in L.A. Only there he started in 17th here and finished first. He started in 4th in this race. He's in spot now, and now is putting the pressure on young Jeff Ward first. Wardy in front, Johnson in second. That's where the fans' attention is focused between these two riders. There's Johnson going for the air. Notice no showboating by Johnson. He is dead serious. He's not out in front. That's where he wants to be, and he is going after Wardy. Classic confrontation. Here's a battle for third. Number 3, Holland. Number 6, Diamond. They are battling for third. But the crowd is watching this rider and the rider right behind him, Jeff Ward. There's Wardy through the tunnel. Rockets out of the other side of the tunnel, looking smooth. There comes Johnson into the tunnel. That gives you an idea of how far ahead Wardy is from Johnson. The main event here at Houston. Wardy in front. He has not lost here in 4 years. Johnson has never won, and that gnaws at Johnson. He wants to win here at Houston. It infuriates Johnson not to be in the lead. And he will start pulling up on Ward, and then Ward, as if by magic, starts to pull away. A very tough, tight, short, technical track. No long straightaways. It's a very difficult track here at Houston. Designed by John Savitsky, Stadium Dirt Designs. He's done an excellent job. Johnson methodically trying to pick up a foot here and a foot there, gaining on Wardy. And Wardy is riding Mr. Cool. This guy is absolutely incredible under pressure. There's Johnson now getting on the same straightaway with Ward and starting to reel in Wardy. You got to wonder if Houston might not have something against Ricky Johnson. He's not won here. Now, they go into traffic. Lapping number 17, and that puts another lapped rider between Johnson and Ward. And lap riders could definitely be a difference as Johnson goes around number 17. That's Ross Rollerball Peterson out of Canada. Number 1, Wardy in front, Johnson in second spot. And Wardy is riding just as hard as he has to ride. He's making no mistakes, although there is Johnson. You can see the difference. Oh, Wardy almost goes down. He slams into the berm. And Johnson sees him. Johnson squares off the turn. So Johnson is starting to smell blood. He's starting to reel in Ward, and the crowd is responding. Johnson trying to reel in Wardy. The crowd waving on their favorite, if it happens to be Ward or Johnson. Most of the people here are cheering on Johnson because he's the underdog. And Johnson's unaccustomed to this. He's not been an underdog in a lot of races very much lately. Now, no traffic between them. Wardy in front, Johnson in second spot. Back in the pack. It's back a ways. That's the lap rider, number 17, Peterson. The battle for third is still between Holland and Diamond. But the crowd is watching these two. And look at now, Johnson's starting to reel him in. But again, and the white flag is out. Again, remember, Ward is getting signals from his team manager, Roy Turner, from the press box. He knows exactly where Johnson is, and that's a major factor in this race. The white flag lap. Johnson trying to reel in Wardy. Now, Johnson pulling out all the stops. Wardy heading for the checkered flag. Johnson hoping, praying for a mistake. Look at the pitman signal Wardy. His mechanic signal him, go for it. Keep your cool, keep your head. Another lap rider between them. Johnson number 2 in second spot. Here's Wardy through the whoops. Whoa, that is poetry in motion, ladies and gentlemen. Wardy over the jumps. Notice, no waving to the crowd. He wants to hold on the lead because Johnson wants to take it away from him. They are heading for the checkered flag here at the Houston Astrodome. The first AMA Supercross of 1988. And Wardy has just about got this one, and Johnson won't give up. Wardy lapping Holland. Incredible. Holland falling way back. And here's the finish. Wardy holding on, looks behind him, and Johnson comes up, heading for the checkered flag. He's got it, kicks his foot out, and takes it, and he's happy. So the final, the main event, Jeff Ward takes home the bacon. Ricky Johnson is second. Mickey Diamond on the Yamaha third. Ron Lachine is fourth. Eric Kehoe is fifth. Brock Glover takes sixth. Holland is seventh. Jeff Stanton eighth. Jeff Leask in ninth. And Sean Kalos from Arizona in 10th. Let's go down to the field for the Victory Circle interviews.
Wardy, man, that was a pressure-filled race. I don't know. Which is worse? Where would you rather be? Would you rather be charging from second or holding the lead out in front?
Well, I'd rather be holding the lead out in front because I won. Ricky didn't, so.
I guess so.
Can't change places there, Larry.
He was coming hard. Did you slack off the last couple of laps?
No, I didn't. He was charging real hard. You know, a couple lappers got in my way real bad in the hoop section, and Ricky saw it. Got right up on me. I had a good conservative pace going that I could do the whole race. He was charging hard. It was a great ride, but came up short. It's
an adrenaline thing. From behind, it appeared that maybe he could see you, and you didn't have that advantage.
Well, I had a clear track at the beginning, too, also, and I did hit some lappers, but I'm sure he hit them, too. It's just racing, but I felt real comfortable out there, and I had a good pace for the whole race. It was a long race, long lap times. You saw the halfway flag, you know, come up, and it's like, well, boy, 10 more to go.
RJ, just about a nickel short.
Yeah, I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning of the race, and I also made some towards the end. I didn't pick some stupid lines trying to pass lappers, and Jeff just had a real good rhythm going. And I was taking some bad lines trying to find time, but pretty much he was taking the good lines, so I just had to stick to basics and just ride hard. There was no way to make up any big time.
Mickey Diamond finishing in a number 3 position, so we have 3 different motorcycles into the winner's circle. Mickey, great ride.
Thank you very much.
The bike's agreeing with you.
Yeah, the bikes are working really good. I'm real happy. I can't complain at all. We've done a lot of work. Brock, John, we're real happy with the machine.
So the final results, and Jeff Ward notches another victory at the Houston Astrodome Supercross. And that's it from Houston. I'm Larry Huffman. Hope you've enjoyed the show. This has been a Jeffrey Bryan production.